You're restoring me piece by piece.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Donika, and on this channel I share my personal stories from failure to success, from rust to restored, stories, lessons that I've learned, things that I've gone through, or things that I'm going through, hoping that you will relate somehow, learn something along the way. I also do videos that motivate others to chase their dreams, to set goals for their life. And sometimes I show my photography work, as you can see on the videos below if you scroll down my channel. If you like content like that, then subscribe and hit the bell button. This way you're notified every time I upload something new. Today's topic has to do with a real life drama, real life event that happened in 2010 when I was working in the city. Currently, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 5 years, but I do photography. That's my business. I been homeschooling my daughter since then, but this past September she started kindergarten. So now I'm doing YouTube full-time. When I came to New York City 8 years ago, it will be 9 years this coming June, I was about 7 months without a job. I was looking Craigslist, anything that I could find anywhere, dropping off my resume, where within 7 months, it was November 2010, I went for an interview at this preschool in the city, and it was a private preschool, and it still is owned by Chinese. I was in, I'm just gonna cut it short so we get to the story, but I just wanted you guys to have a little bit of background. I've been wanting to share this story for quite some time, but I just did not know how to. So last night I sat down, I was like, let's just write it down, everything, so it's nicely and it flows well, because sometimes I'm all over. So I'm here, I'm being interviewed by the owner, by the director. She's not the owner, she's the director. I'm being interviewed, and after we're done with the interview, she tells me, well, this is your room, this is where you are gonna be working. The rooms, this preschool was basically most of the teachers were all of the teachers were females. So she just tells me there, she's like, this is it, go there, that's your room. And I go in and I see these kids, 1, 2-year-olds. I don't think I had any 3-year-olds back then, but 1 and 2 running around like wild chickens, okay? And then I see on my left this lady, she has another kid that she's changing his diaper, and she's just struggling there with kids. And I was just like, oh my god, I need to help her. So right away, I was like, can I help you? What do you want me to do? I will help you. Let me do the changing. I'll do the diapers, you know. She's like, no, you're the teacher. I was like, what? I'm the teacher? Okay. I had no idea that I actually was being interviewed for the teacher position. I thought I was gonna just assist. That's initially what I thought. I could be wrong, but that's what I thought. Anyway, I'm confused now, and I'm like, oh my god, these kids are like wild and crazy. I miss them though, but they were just being normal toddlers. Anyway, here I am trying to get it all together, and my assistant back then, she's Chinese. She was like, it's okay, you do your thing. I'm here just to do the diapers, clean, you know, I'll help you. And so I settled and I started doing the lessons and trying to set up a routine, a schedule, a class routine, trying to do activities, crafts, everything that a teacher, a preschool teacher does, which is a lot. You may not think it is, but it is a lot, because I had, I think, 11 or 13 kids and toddlers, and that's a lot. 1 is enough, but 13, 11 is a lot. Am I focused? So a time passes, I'm settled, but now I you know, on my previous job, I was a program manager, and I had about 6 people under my management, but although they were under my umbrella, we were all as a team. We worked as a team because we had a cause, we had a focus. So that's where I came from, that's what I was used to. So now this is a different environment, this is different responsibilities. But now as I'm getting, you know, myself settled in, I'm having a hard time getting my assistant involved, and like not necessary to like do her duties because she was doing fine, but I did not see her completely. I mean, just like that, I wanted her to understand that we were as a team, you know, that she's actually a teacher as well, not just there to clean and change diapers. You know, first of all, I wanted her to do English, teach Chinese, and I also wanted her to be able to do what I'm doing, kind of, when I'm not there. You know, sometimes I had to not be there. So, but my whole thing was I wanted us to be us, instead of just you do your thing, I do my thing, because it's hard, especially when you're working with toddlers. You all have to be in one mind, you all have to be focused, you all have to be unified in achieving one goal, because if you are not, you're gonna fall apart. So for me, it was so important to function and actually to prosper in my position. I was looking for more and more. I didn't want to be just there, but I knew that whatever it took for me to get to where I needed to get, I had to do well in where I was at the moment, and I needed to perform well, and I needed to make sure that all the class needs and the kids' needs were met, and then we were all working as one. So that was having a hard time, because she had her methods, I had my methods. So for 1 year we butt heads, and literally we were fighting, with not like physically, but just like going at each other, you know. It was always something. And at one point I had to complain to my supervisor. Not complain, but it was more like, oh, I need help, I don't know how to talk to this person. And then one other reason was because there was a little bit of language barrier, more so from her side, and also her mentality, and just everything about her bothered me. Everything about me bothered her. Let's just say it like that. And we were just butting heads, okay? And it was affecting my performance, it was affecting me doing my job, it was affecting the whole class. And although in front of the parents we had to look perfect, otherwise these parents will crucify you, nail you, for real. If you don't meet their requirements, because, you know, these parents are coming to pick up their kids or dropping them off early, they're rushing, it's all rush, rush, rush. They don't want to hear nothing what's going on between you two, you know. They just want to know that my kid is safe, and my kid, he or she, is gonna learn something, you know, even if it's a 1-year-old, okay, that's just starting to talk. Anyway, I just had it. I was so mad. I was just like, so I'm like trying to figure out, why is this lady resisting me? And then once I heard her kind of expressing herself, oh, but the other teacher did it this way, and I was like, ah, there it is, the other teacher did it this way. I don't know who the other teacher is, but she kind of left a big mess. I was left with the mess, and I had to clean it and build my own routine, build my own ways, build my own class, basically, atmosphere. So she was having a hard time not surrendering, but kind of like working together with it, because she was already used to what she was used to with the other teacher. So she was like, no, 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 you do that. You know, I was like, you know, if you're a teacher and you have an assistant and she wants to do her own thing, and if she wants you to do your own thing, it's not gonna work. You're gonna fall apart. You're gonna be tired. You're just gonna go fighting. It's the same as like in a marriage, you know, where you want to do your own thing, he wants to do his own thing, and the marriage is not gonna last, or any relationship. For us, we were basically married to that job, to that position, and we needed to make it work. Okay, if I could say it that way. Sounds weird, I know, but it is. So I've had it. At this point, I'm tired. I couldn't take it anymore. I was just like, oh God, I want to leave. I did not want to stay there. I did not want to move. I just felt paralyzed. I felt like misunderstood. I was like, I don't know how to get to this person's head. I don't know how to make this person see me different other than what she sees me. So I prayed. I don't know why I didn't do that a year before, or as soon as trouble started, you know, kicking in. But anyway, stubborn me. I prayed, I asked God for help, and heard from God that I needed to listen to her more. I needed to put her first. I needed to put her needs first. I needed to just listen and be kind, and stop asking her to surrender to my ways, to my plans, you know. Instead, ask for her help and assistance, and make her feel involved in that way. Make her feel somebody, you know, make her feel special, instead of just what she thinks she's there for. And I was trying that initially, but I was just trying it in the wrong method. My message was coming across to her different, simply because I was coming from a point of anger and mad, and I was just like, what is wrong with her? And I was like, I was being defensive. I was like, you know, I'm not gonna let her bully me, you know, I'm not gonna, she needs to do, you know, this is a part of the job. But when you work with kids, it is a part of the job, but it's also, you have to understand that, you know, you have to be gentle. It's different because you know, kids see that, you know, it reflects on the job, it reflects around the kids, so kids sense that. So I had to obey. So I after I prayed, I listened, and I started seeing her different. It was hard because I did not want to, okay? My stubborn head was like, no, I'm not gonna let her bully me. I'm not gonna let her boss me around, tell me what to do. I'm the boss. And to be honest, at that time, I've changed. Look, okay, God has changed me, but at that time, I was having issues in my own marriage, because I would not, like with my husband, I wouldn't give in, you know. I was just a boss person. Like, I just wanted to boss everybody. Just wanted, and my gift is a leader, but I was taking it wrong. I was just like trying to tell everybody what to do and how to do it, because I felt like that's the right way. That's how I saw it correctly. And here in this country, it does not work like that. So I swallowed my pride. Yes, I swallowed my pride, and I submitted, listened to God, and I started treating her different. It felt good. It actually made me feel special too, because I was like, oh, this is exactly how we're supposed to be, you know. Sometimes you don't have to preach Jesus to people. You could preach Jesus, you could preach God, and a message, a good message, just by being nice and kind to people, honestly, and by doing nice things for them and kind things for them, and being there and listening to them. It doesn't always have to be preach, you know. Now I know that, but I didn't know that 10 years ago. Slowly she started noticing, she started getting to know me. We started to hang out more, like when we had lunch, on our lunch break, you know, we would just talk. And before that, when I was just praying and asking God to help me, one thing I forgot to mention is that for nap time, which was around 1 till 3, I believe, it was about 2 hours, we would turn the lights off. I think the rules have changed now, but back then we would turn the lights off and we would close the door completely. Although I think even back then the rule was to leave the door cracked, because there were indoor cameras inside the class, so that the office could check everyone if they were actually doing their job and not sleeping, you know. I never slept, but during that time when I was asking God to help me with the job and helping me perform there better, I would get on my knees when it was so dark. I don't think they saw me because they could only see if the door was a little cracked and there was a little light in. So I get on my knees and I would pray and be thankful for my job, be thankful for the kids, and I would pray for my assistant. So I started seeing her differently, and she started noticing that, and I started treating her nicely and better, and she just started to let me get to know her as well, you know. So we would talk, and then we became so good friends that she would bring me food, extra food from the kitchen, the school kitchen, because of course the school offers food there. And she would, you know, buy me snacks, she would buy things for me, I would do the exact same thing, and many times I've gone above and beyond. We would cover for each other, yes. We would speak well to, you know, to our bosses, for each other. We started helping each other. We started finally functioning as a team, as a married couple. Well, not married, but you know. We started functioning like a teacher, two teachers supposed to, because I saw her as a teacher. She taught I was gonna say French. She taught Chinese there, and I actually learned a lot Chinese from her too. She taught the kids Chinese there. Oh God, I said it so many times. And so I saw her like that. I saw her as someone that is actually there to influence the kids, not just by wiping their booty and changing their diapers and making them feel, you know, happy in that way, you know, and keeping the class clean. But I wanted to tell her that I can do that too, and I can trust her to do story time. I could trust her to help me with crafts, give me an idea, you know, help me with the lesson, you know. I wanted her to feel involved, and when we started becoming like that, we were strong. Our class was strong. No one there was better than us. No, I'm just kidding. No, others noticed for sure, and they were envious of us. I know that. Y'all can say no, but I know. Okay. Anyway, and when I got pregnant, the year before I left, I got pregnant. It was my 3rd year there. She treated me so nice. She took care of me. She would not let me lift the kids. She would bring me extra broccoli, because I ate a lot of broccoli when I was pregnant. That's why my daughter likes them now. So she took care of me like a mother. Like, I will never forget that. I'm forever grateful for that experience, for that time, you know. My camera died. So maybe like several times we would hang out after work. But definitely we became really close. Not like BFFs in a sense, but it was more like, you know, like the relationship you have with your sister, you know, that type of relationship. And I still see her like that, although I haven't seen her in a while, because now we moved away from the city. She still works in the same school, but sometimes I go and visit her. And then she was pregnant too, I think, before me. My message to you is this, to you and to everyone who's having a hard time at work with your coworker, your boss, I don't know, someone at work, whatever, or even just in your personal life. What I learned is that we should not assume things about someone without knowing them. We should not criticize, judge them without knowing them, you know. And I know everybody knows this, but we all fall into that, you know, first impression says it all. First impression might say a little bit about a person, the way they look, the way they wear their, you know, the way they appear, present themselves, the way they're dressed. But it doesn't say anything about the person inside. You have to get to know the person. It takes time to get to know someone. And some people put up a guard. Some people put up a defense a wall, because that's their defense mechanism. That's their way they cope with people, because maybe they've been hurt, they've been abused, maybe their trust has been abused, maybe they lost hope in humanity. And so that doesn't mean that just because they don't trust as easily to other people, like other people, that doesn't mean that, oh, they're just conniving, evil, you know, you now you want to assume things about them. No, it just, you got to know them. You have to know them, you know, even if it's your coworker, if you have a chance, because remember, like I said, you don't have to preach Jesus. You can be Jesus, in the sense, be kind, be nice, be understanding, be respectful. Yes, don't let no one bully you. Don't let no one bully the way you are, the way you speak, the way you talk, the way you do your things. Don't let anyone bully about your faith or your lifestyle. But you can do all that in a respectful way. You can always reply. You can always put someone in their place without having to be disrespectful, you know. And always pray, because prayer works. Ask God for the situation, and He will for sure answer you if you're actually seeking God for real for that situation. So I'm thankful that I learned something from that situation. I hope that you will as well, after seeing this video, after hearing my story, and that you will see your coworkers a little different now, and see where they're coming from, and trying to understand that. And sometimes some coworkers don't want you to understand them. They don't want you to get close to them, get to know them, and that's fine. Respect their space, you know. But any chance you have an encounter with them, treat them with respect. That's all, and kindness, and go above and beyond sometimes, you know, because that's what love is. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you shared, because sharing is caring. And also subscribe if you haven't, and hit the bell button so you are notified every time I upload. And if you like content like this, or if you had a similar story happen, or a similar thing happen to you, I would love to hear in the comment below. Come on, what is going on? I want people to comment, okay, and share. All right, be blessed. Bye.